of the Brick Township Council to order. Madam Clerk?
Adequate notice of this meeting was provided and published in the Asbury Park Press and the Ocean Star on June 25th, 2021. Copies of the agenda were provided to the newspaper, posted on public bulletin boards and the Township website.
Thank you. Roll call?
Councilwoman Zapsik.
Here.
Councilman Menachino.
Here.
Councilwoman DeYoung.
Here.
Councilman Mumolo.
Present.
Councilwoman Pontorero.
Here.
Vice President Halloran.
Here.
President Crate.
Here.
Thank you.
This time we'll have a salute to the flag and a moment of silence.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Can I get a motion and a second to approve the minutes of the November 9th meeting?
Motion. Second.
Roll call?
Councilwoman Zapsik.
Yes.
Councilman Menachino.
Yes.
Councilwoman DeYoung.
Yes.
Councilman Mumolo.
Yes.
Councilwoman Pontorero.
Yes.
Vice President Halloran.
Yes.
President Crate.
Yes. At this time, I'd like to call the mayor to the lectern so that we can do the first of two presentations. The first one is for our Eagle Scout Awards, Massimo and Domenico Gionee.
Created in 1911, Eagle Scout is the highest rank of the Scouts BSA. Because it takes years of hard work, service, and determination to become an Eagle Scout, this prestigious milestone is recognized across the country and the world. Prominent service personnel, astronauts, United States senators, and others count the Eagle Scout rank among their achievements. Becoming an Eagle Scout takes perseverance and hard work. Scouts have to earn all the ranks in order, starting with tenderfoot. The following is a list of activities that the Scout will compete on their journey to Eagle Scout. Be active in the troop for at least 6 months as a Life Scout. Show dedication to Scout Oath and Scout Law 1. Provide references from family, work, church, and other community groups. Earn at least 21 merit badges. Serve a minimum of 6 months in a leadership position 2. Propose, plan, and carry out an Eagle Service project. Attend a Scoutmaster conference and pass a board of review. So here today we have Massimo and Domenico Gionee. Am I saying that right? Gionee. Sorry, I apologize for that. I'm Irish. We'd like to hear from each of you about the project, and congratulations. I want to give you the certificate of commendation.
Our Eagle Scout project was taken within mind for the people who were less fortunate than us because we were born with autism. So we built plants for a barn so people could raise plants, and people with autism and other disabilities like that can help work in the workforce and get work experience so they could provide better for the community and themselves.
The project was based on building 8 flower beds for Inspire New Jersey at Whiting so that we can help others who are in less fortunate situations. This is dedicated to the Eagle Scout motto and laws, and is designed to fulfill our journey as Boy Scouts, and is designed to better our community.
Congratulations. Now for the second of our presentations, we're going to call up the coaches of the, and I don't have it in front of me, I'm sorry, of the American Youth, what? I don't have it in front of me. I'm so sorry, of Brick United, so that we can present you with our, the mayor's going to present you with their proclamation. And I'm going to come up too.
Take your mask.
I'm a mess.
That's all right.
It's a bad day.
You're fine. You're fine. Yeah. She's coming.
Brick Township is a community with a rich tradition of successful youth sports teams and programs. And this past season, the Brick United 12U football team is going to be added to that, as they have upheld the tradition and have added their own chapter by capturing the New Jersey American Youth Football, NJAYF, B Division Championship. So most of the team is here tonight, and we want to thank each and every one of you boys. It's all boys, right? Okay, I wasn't sure. Some teams have girls. So yes, congratulations to each and every one of you boys for all of the hard work that you put in for the season. It's not easy. I know now it is Brick United. Probably the coaches will talk a little bit about that. So one town has come together and captured the first championship as a combined team for the 12U New Jersey AYF. So it takes a lot. I know it's a lot of practice, a lot of hard work. You're sweating. It's in the summer when it's starting, and it all pays off. And I want to thank each of your coaches for all the hard work they put in for the season to put Brick on the map for AYF football and to have another championship team here. And I want to present each of the coaches with the proclamation. And at the bottom it is, for all of these reasons, all of your hard work, and because of the championship, I, John G. Ducey, the mayor of the Township of Brick, in the County of Ocean, in the state of New Jersey, in honor of their outstanding season that culminated in the NJAYF B Division Championship, I do hereby proclaim tomorrow, Wednesday, December 15th, 2021, to be Brick United 12U Football Team Day.
Hey guys, I didn't know I'd have to speak, but of course I prepared a little bit here. All right. Thank you, Mayor Ducey, for having us and taking the time to recognize this amazing group of players, parents, and coaches. We started our journey together on July 22nd and made promises to unite as one town, one family, with the goal of winning a championship. On November 7th, we achieved that goal, beating Manchester 28-6. This team is special. As I look around the room, I see parents, coaches, and players that sacrifice so much so we could achieve our goal. We thank you for that. This is a team that never quit. Even in the final seconds when it seemed impossible, we rose to the occasion and were victorious. This team stayed together on and off the field, helping each other and working together even in the hardest times. Winning is not easy. It is hard. The thing, though, that I'm most proud of is not the victories. It's the way these young men conducted themselves on and off the field, always with class, sportsmanship, valor, and hustle, always representing this town to an awesome way. Thank you for having us tonight. Thank you, everyone who believed in us, and thank you to our players who made this possible. That's all I got.
No, I'm a bit tongue-tied. As council president, I also wanted to recognize you on behalf of the council and to let you know that we have a resolution on tonight's council meeting on your behalf, and we want to present these resolutions to you as well. In years from now, when you come back to Brick, should you move on in life, 20, 30, 40 years from now, and you come back, these resolutions stay on the books, and so you'll always be remembered here in Brick. So congratulations to all. And your coaches are going to now take the time. We have certificates for the players, so we're going to ask the coaches to call you up one at a time to receive your certificates, and then we can do a picture at the end, okay? So I'm going to actually have the list.
I'll do the list. First up, Kyle Dow. Santino Mamano. Kyle, come up here, buddy. Lucas Schaefer, he's not here. Eric Bear Moss. Jason J.J. Madden. Maddox Max McCarron. Jackson Jax Pacheco. Anthony Mogavero, better known as Mogi. Brewer Cosgrove. Come on up, bud. Where's he at? Zahir Carpenter, you here, bud? Come on up, man. Rowan Foy, couldn't make it, but congrats, Rowan. Sean Y. Fowler. What's the Y for? All right. Let's see here. Jonathan Williams, come on up. Charlie Mullen. Come on up, bud. Elijah, better known as Eli Williams. Come on up. Alonzo Williams. AJ, come on up, bud. Jaden Klein, he's not here. Jaden Ortiz, not here. Kean Foy, not here. Messiah, not here. All important parts, by the way. Braden Gleason, come on up, bud. Zagir Z. Moss, come on up, bud. Joseph Livio. Lucas Barnshaw. Jackson Jax Ellis. Where you at, bud? Come on up, man. Last but not least, Jacob Kane. Come on up, bud. That's all. Hey guys, get you. Some guys got to kneel, okay? Kneel in the front. Kneel in the front.
Okay, thank you so much for your patience as they exited the room. So we are back to our consent agenda. Madam Clerk?
All matters listed under item consent agenda will be enacted by one motion in the form listed below. If discussion is desired on any item, this item will be removed from the consent agenda and will be considered separately.
Thank you. Resolution 4-1.
Recognize Brick United 12U football team.
Councilwoman Zapsik.
Thank you, Council President. This resolution recognizes the coaches and members of the Brick United Under-12 football team on their outstanding season and their B Division championship.
Resolution 4-2.
Authorize cancellation of grants appropriated reserves and receivables.
Council Vice President Halloran.
Thank you, Council President. This resolution authorizes the cancellation of grant appropriated reserves and receivables in programs where the funds cannot be spent within the contract period. Thank you.
Thank you. Resolution 4-3.
Authorize change of custodians for petty cash, police, and public works.
Councilman Mumolo.
Thank you. This resolution authorizes the change of custodians for petty cash fund to Rosa Fernandez for the police department and Steve Kokrowski for public works.
Resolution 4-4.
Authorize execution of shared service agreement with County of Ocean Child Restraint Grant Program.
Councilman Menachino.
Thank you. This resolution authorizes the execution of shared services agreements with the County of Ocean for the FY22 Child Restraint Program grant that provides the inspecting and installing of child restraints in vehicles.
Thank you. Resolution 4-5.
Authorize execution of shared services agreement with Ocean County Prosecutors Office Driving While Intoxicated Enforcement Grant Program.
Councilwoman Pontarero.
Thank you, President Craig. This resolution authorizes the execution of a shared services agreement with the Ocean County Prosecutor's Office for the Driving While Intoxicated Enforcement Program, which is aimed at identifying and removing intoxicated drivers from the roadway. As part of this agreement, Brick Township agrees to provide manpower when needed for enforcement. The township receives a flat hourly rate reimbursement for the police officers assigned for this enforcement.
Thank you. Resolution 4-6.
Authorize acceptance of Safe and Secure Communities Grant Program 2022.
Councilwoman Pontarero.
Thank you again. This resolution authorizes the acceptance of a grant in the amount of $32,400 under the Safe and Secure Communities Program. Grant funds will be used to fund officers who will be assigned to patrol duties, burglary details, narcotic and gang activities. The officers will be assigned to the Operations Division, where they will be involved in crime deterrence and the apprehension of criminals. The officers will also participate in the community crime prevention programs, Neighborhood Watch, and problem-solving policing. Thank you.
Thank you. Resolution 4-7.
Authorize receipt of bids, purchase and delivery of janitorial supplies.
Councilman Menachino.
Thank you. This resolution authorizes the receipt of bid for purchase and delivery of janitorial supplies. This bid covers purchases and deliveries of various cleaning chemicals, street brooms, wash sprays, hand cleaners for mechanics, garbage bags, and many other items preliminarily used by Public Works, Buildings and Grounds, Recreation Department. The township has an approximate expenditure of $40,000 during the current 2 years contract period, which will expire on March 10, 2022. The current vendors are Central Poly Group, Cooper Electric, General Chemicals and Supplies, General Linen and Paper Supply, and Introboro Packing Corporation, Spruce Industries, and WB Mason Company.
Thank you. Resolution 4-8.
Authorize receipt of bids, roadway improvements to Woodland Valley, Phase 3.
Oh, Mayor.
Thank you.
Sorry.
This resolution authorizes the receipt of bids for roadway improvements as part of the Woodland Valley Phase 3 project. So the roads scheduled for improvements as part of this project include Turkey Point Road, Winding River Court, and Winding River Lane. Thank you.
Thank you. Resolution 4-9.
Authorize receipt of bids 2021 local resurfacing contract, Point Pleasant Phase 2, Washington Drive, Adams Drive, Jefferson Drive, Taft Avenue, Taft Court, and drainage improvements to Truman Drive.
Mayor.
This resolution authorizes the receipt of bids for the 2021 local resurfacing program, roadway improvement project to Point Pleasant Phase 2. The roads that are scheduled for improvement on this one include Washington Drive, Adams Drive, Jefferson Drive, and Taft Court, as well as Taft Avenue. And then there's also going to be drainage improvements that are going to be done on Truman Drive.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Resolution 410.
Authorize award of bid, purchase and delivery of one street sweeper.
This resolution authorizes the award of bid for the purchase and delivery of one street sweeper in the amount of $239,469 to Grand Turk Equipment Company, Bridgeport, Pennsylvania. Notices were provided to 5 potential bidders on the bidders list, and 5 vendors requested bid packages. 1 bid was received. The vehicle was approved in the 2021 capital budget. Resolution 411.
Authorize award of bid, VACCON parts, supplies, and repairs.
This resolution authorizes the award of bid for jet vac parts, supplies, and repairs to Eagle Equipment Branchburg. The labor rate as part of this contract is $125 per hour with a 2% discount from manufacturer's suggested retail pricing. This is a 2-year contract. Resolution 412.
Authorize award of contract through New Jersey Cooperative Purchasing Program to 2022's Ford Expeditions.
Council Vice President Halloran.
This resolution authorizes the award of a contract to Winter Ford, that's appropriate, Cherry Hill, in the amount of $74,990 for 2 Ford Expeditions, which will be used as first responder vehicles for the EMS unit. This contract is being awarded through the New Jersey Cooperative Purchasing Program. Thank you.
Thank you. Resolution 413.
Authorize award of contract through Hunterdon County Educational Services Commission, Cooperative Pricing System, radio infrastructure equipment for Police Department.
Councilwoman Dion.
Thank you. This resolution authorizes the award of contract to PMC Associates Hazlitt in the amount of $44,824.95 for radio infrastructure equipment for the Police Department. This contract is being awarded through the Hunterdon County Education Services Commission Cooperative Pricing System.
Thank you. Resolution 414.
Authorize change order number 3, bulkhead replacement, various locations.
Council Vice President Halloran.
Thank you. This resolution authorizes change order number 3 for the 2020 bulkhead replacement, various locations contract awarded to R. Kremer and Son Marine Contractors. The change order represents a decrease in the amount of $2,000 as a result of final as-built quantities.
Thank you. Resolution 415.
Authorize donation of surplus property for Borough of Ship Bottom Police Department.
Councilwoman Dion.
Thank you. This resolution authorizes the donation of surplus property to the Borough of Ship Bottom, specifically a 2007 Ford Crown Vic Police Interceptor, which is deemed no longer needed for public use.
Thank you. Resolution 416.
Authorize execution of agreement with New Jersey Transit for purchase and installation of 2 bus shelters.
Mayor?
Thank you. This is a great thing. So we had residents at the Chambers Bridge residence, as well as our Housing Authority buildings, request to be able to have bus shelters out on Chambers Bridge Road for both coming and going, because a lot of them do not drive. A lot of the residents over there do not drive. So they're out there, you know, whether it's pouring rain or snowing, windy, whatever the case may be, and there's no shelter there. So they contacted us in, I think it was maybe the end of October, beginning of November, a couple of the residents saying, hey, is there any way we can try to get these? So we made an immediate request over to New Jersey Transit, and this resolution authorizes the execution of an agreement with New Jersey Transit for the purchase and installation of 2 bus shelters. The new shelters will both be located on Chambers Bridge Road, one on the northbound side at Ovation Way, and then the other on the southbound side at the post office driveway. There's bus stops there already, but now they'll have shelters in a better situation with bad weather. Thank you.
Thank you. Resolution 417.
Authorize renewal of motor vehicle selling licenses 2022.
Councilman Mumolo.
Thank you. This resolution authorizes renewal of 11 motor vehicle selling licenses for 2022. Land Use, Code Enforcement, and the Fire Bureau has inspected these licenses and found them in compliance.
Thank you. Resolution 418.
Authorized renewal of motor vehicle selling license with the restrictions MC Auto Sales.
Councilman Mummolo.
Well, thank you. This resolution authorized the renewal of a motor vehicle selling license with restrictions to MC Auto Sales, Manahawkin Road. Restriction states that the applicant is limited to no more than 3 cars on display at any one time, and that no vehicles can be parked or displayed in the existing fire lane or loading area.
It's hanging out there, dangling. Resolution 419.
Authorized renewal of police towing licenses 2022.
Councilman Mummolo.
Well, thank you. This resolution authorizes the renewal of police towing license for 2022 to 12 towers. Land Use, Code Enforcement, and the Fire Bureau has inspected these licenses and found them in compliance, as has the police department.
Thank you. Resolution 420. Madam Clerk?
420A is an inspection fund release for New Jersey Natural Gas on Manahawkin Road in the amount of $1,984.61.
Thank you. Resolution 421. Ms. Bergen?
Thank you. 21A is 100% DAV refund and cancel taxes for Block 800, Lot 15.01, in the amount of $5,725.77. 21B are tax overpayments for the year 2018 for Block 990.03, Lots 9 through 15, totaling $2,523.45. 21C, tax overpayments for 2021. There are 2, Block 211.02, Lot 31, in the amount of $4,260.91, and Block 1133.01, Lot 5, in the amount of $2,524.95. 12D, cancel taxes and refund of overpayments for Block 870, Lot 45, in the amount of $397.60, and Block 869.33, Lot 32, my mistake, in the amount of $360.24. 21E, cancel taxes and authorize redemption of the tax sale certificates for Block 1133, Lot 10.08, certificate number 2002-0138, in the amount of $231.38, and certificate number 2003-0132, in the amount of $1,533.43.
Thank you. That brings us to the end of our consent agenda. Can I get a motion and second?
Motion.
Second.
Open to council? Closed council, open to public for questions or comments on the resolutions only. Mr. Foster.
Sam Foster, 108 Chico Drive. I'm babying my cell phone. I dropped my old one, broke it, so this one can't afford another one soon. I have a question about item number 419, the towing. I know it was mentioned by Mr. Councilman Mummolo about it. There's going to be a dozen contracts awarded, and I just want to bring to your attention, this council and the administration in general, that I had trouble with a few years ago, and I mentioned this to Ms. Bergen because it came in this, about my car broke down, and the police came and they had the tow truck driver jump-started me and drove me into a parking lot. And I'm not going to mention the company because I don't want to, say it in public or anything like that, but I'm concerned that this towing company that illegally towed me, because he said the car is running, but he said unless you pay me $150 cash for the tow, I'm going to seize. He said he didn't say seize the car, but drive it away. And he ended up doing that. So I was out of work for like a month and a half, something like that. It cost me over about $1,000 to get my car back with the tow fee thing, because I couldn't work because I didn't have a car, and my disability check didn't come in until a month. So just the storage act, really added up. And I remember that I spoke with the police, and the officer, I forgot the officer's name, but he did get my money back within a few days, which was fantastic. So not only was I able to get my money back, I got my car back too. And I came to the municipal building because I wanted to let the mayor know, because I've been critical of the police over the years, Brick Police, but when they do a good job, I do compliment them. I try to be fair, and I know that I'm not always fair, but I make an effort at it, So I made sure to come here. The day that I spoke with the officer, because he says he called him when he told him, and like I said, I spoke with Ms. Bergen. I told her to let the mayor know, Mayor Ducey know, and Chief Riccio know that the officer, I forgot his name. Oh, it wasn't Forrester, I can't remember his name now, but you know what I'm talking about. So I just wanted to, my concerns is that this company, this tow company did not have their contract renewed. You can check with the police department as to, Joanne Bergen, you probably remember, not now, but you probably have it documented somewhere, the name of the officer, because he did a great job. Within 2 days I had my, you know, the officer told me, you know, they also demanded cash, so, you know, I don't have $1,000 cash. So I had to run around and get a Uber over there and all this and get an Uber to the ATM. But anyway, I just wanted to make sure that my concern is that this tow truck company is not renewed their license because of that problem. And it's documented with Ms. Bergen. I don't know if I guess I know you have good communication with the mayor and everybody, so no, I'm sure that Mayor Ducey and Chief Riccio know. Because I made a point of coming here and telling her, please let Mayor Ducey and Chief Riccio know that the officer was fantastic. I mean, within 2 or 3 days, I had my care. The company wrote me a check, even though the officer said, you paid cash, they'll give you cash. But when I got there, they wouldn't even let me in the building because I had recorded them also, which is for a handy little cell phone thing and a little recorder app. So I recorded what happened also, and that kind of made them mad at me and cautious. Kind of funny, I went there and I knocked on the door, and he opened the door just a crack, and he stuck it in. He almost tossed the envelope with the check in it, and he slammed the door shut and he locked it. Like as if I was going to push it past or anything. But this is that company. I'm just very concerned about that because they also damaged my car in a lot. But again, all this, I have photos of my car. They damaged done too, and they wouldn't. I spoke with the police officer, and I said, you know, they damaged my car when I went there to look at it, and he said, well, they're supposed to have a form there so you can report your damage, and their insurance adjuster comes out and takes a look at it. And but so he was very helpful, and I just want to compliment that officer. I apologize, I can't remember his name. It's in my Google Docs file, but I don't feel like going on my phone and doing a search and everything. And it's a new phone, so I being careful, very careful with it. But Ms. Bergen, she can tell, you know, it's probably documented somewhere, and if not with the police department, I don't know if a police report was, his report was written on it, but just this tow company, I've dealt with tow companies before. In my younger days in the 20s, I bought these junky cars, like $200, that's all I could afford. I bought plenty of Dodge Darts and Plymouth Valiants, so you know, they were always breaking down on me in Chevy Novas. But I just wanted to express my concerns about this company here in particular. And like I said, you can, Miss Bergen probably has a document somewhere. All right, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
And again, I want to compliment that officer. I forgot his name. I apologize, but I got so much stuff going on in my life, I can't really, even with my digital
Totally get
files
it.
here. Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah. Anyone else for public comment on the agenda items only? Seeing none, close public, roll call.
Councilwoman Zapsik.
Yes.
Councilman Menachino.
Yes.
Councilwoman DeYoung.
Yes.
Councilman Mamalo.
Present.
Councilwoman Pontoriero.
Yes.
Vice President Halloran.
Yes.
President Crate.
Yes.
Thank you.
On 422, computer bill resolution.
Be it resolved by the Township Council of the Township of Brick that the following bills be paid, and that the mayor and clerk be and are hereby authorized to draw orders on the treasurer for the amounts of the same. Computer bill resolution in the amount of $3,208,219.25.
Thank you. Can I get a motion and second?
Motion. Second.
Take your pick.
Stereo.
Open to council. Closed council, open to public on computer bill resolution questions only. Closed public, roll call.
Councilwoman Zapsik.
Yes.
Councilman Menachino.
Abstain Teamsters, yes to the rest.
Councilwoman DeYoung.
Yes.
Councilman Mamalo.
Yes.
Councilwoman Pontoriero.
Yes.
Vice President Halloran.
Yes.
President Crate.
Yes.
Thank you.
423, manual bill resolution.
Be it resolved by the Township Council of the Township of Brick that the following bills be paid, and that the mayor and clerk be and are hereby authorized to draw orders on the treasurer for the amounts of the same. Manual bill resolution in the amount of $4,286,685.05.
Thank you. Can I get a motion and second?
Motion.
Second.
Open to council. Closed council, open to public for questions on the manual bill resolution only. Closed public, roll call?
Councilwoman Zepsic.
Yes.
Councilman Menachino.
Yes.
Councilwoman DeYoung.
Yes.
Councilman Mamalo.
Yes.
Councilwoman Pontoriero.
Yes.
Vice President Halloran.
Yes.
President Crate.
Yes. We are on to ordinances on second reading, 5-1.
An ordinance of the Township of Brick, County of Ocean, State of New Jersey, amending Chapter 245-38A, captioned Retention and Detention Basins, Open Areas, and Design Standards.
Council Vice President Halloran.
Thank you. Township Engineer Alyssa Cummins requested the council's consideration to amend Section 245-38 Retention and Detention Basins, Open Areas, Design Standards, subsection A, which have been reviewed and approved by the Land Use Committee. The subsection modifies the township's responsibility for the maintenance of retention and detention basins,
it's supposed to say
sorry,
basins.
it's supposed to be basins, to after the date that performance bonds have been released for the improvements to the area, and a deed of dedication of the lands is executed and filed with the office of the county clerk. This ordinance went before the Township Planning Board as required on December 8th.
Thank you. Can I get a motion and second?
Second.
Open to council. Closed council, open to public on this, I can't even speak right now.
Resolution.
Ordinance,
Ordinance.
that's why, resolution was in my head, but I knew it was an ordinance only. Seeing none, closed public, roll call?
Councilwoman Zepsic.
Yes.
Councilman Menachino.
Yes.
Councilwoman DeYoung.
Yes.
Councilman Mamalo.
Yes.
Councilwoman Pontoriero.
Yes.
Vice President Halloran.
Yes.
President Crate.
Yes. We are on to this, our second ordinance for the evening, 5-2 on second reading.
An ordinance of the Township of Brick, County of Ocean, State of New Jersey, amending and supplementing Chapter 390 of the Township Code entitled Solid Waste so as to increase fees for garbage cans.
Councilman Menachino.
Thank you. This ordinance amends the cost of the purchase of additional 35, 65, and 95-gallon sanitation recycling cans to reflect the cost increase for the public to purchase these cans. The council's Public Works Committee reviewed and approved the increase to ensure the township is offsetting the increase imposed by the manufacturer. Thank you.
Thank you. Can I get a motion and second?
Motion.
Second.
Open to council. Closed council, open to public on the reading of this ordinance. Ms. Call.
Nan Call, 18 Greenbrier Boulevard. I heard solid waste and I heard recycling. To me, those are two different cans. So is it two different cans or
It
one
is.
can?
It's both the recycling and the garbage cans, and they both come in 3 different sizes.
And that fee is for additional?
Correct.
It's my understanding when they first particularly brought out the recycling cans, that if you had need for a larger one, you could trade in a smaller one, or in fact, even vice versa, if things happen that your home life reduced it and it was too big for some of us. But at the meeting, that first reading happened, it didn't sound like that was so. It sounded like if you wanted it. Plus, it also sounded to me as if you were saying if the can, either one, got beat up in the usage, that you were going to charge the person to replace it.
That is correct.
That was never how it was. If it's beat up, number one, there's something wrong with the collection that's being done by the township, and it should be replaced for free. It was if you, for some reason, wound up losing your can, then you had to pay to replace it. But if it's beat up, it's the town's responsibility to provide a can. That's all I'm going to say because you're generally non-responsive.
Thank you. Anyone else for comments on this ordinance on second reading? Mr. Foster.
Sam Foster, 108 Chico Drive. Subject of garbage, that's the subject right now, garbage cans, right?
I'm sorry?
The subject, blah, blah, the
This is
subject.
about garbage cans, yeah.
Sorry, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, in my travels throughout the state, I'm a delivery driver, as you all know.
Mm-hmm.
By now, but I've seen people vandalize garbage cans in other towns. I saw one garbage can on fire. Some kids thought it was funny to set a fire. In the case of the vandalism, that it's not the homeowner's fault. Would they still have to? Would the town pay for the cost of the garbage can due to theft or vandalism or something? Would that be?
Not necessarily, although if someone's property is being vandalized, then the police should be contacted, and then maybe something would be done.
Okay,
Based
but-
off of whatever the report was. But generally, you couldn't come in and say your garbage can was vandalized and we wouldn't replace it.
No?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Anyone else from public? Seeing none, close public, roll call?
Councilwoman Zapsik.
Yes.
Councilman Menikino.
Yes.
Councilwoman DeYoung.
Yes.
Councilman Mumalo.
Yes.
Councilwoman Pontoriero.
Yes.
Vice President Halloran.
Yes.
President Crate.
Yes.
Thank you.
Moving on to 5.3, ordinance on second reading.
An ordinance of the Township of Brick, County of Ocean, State of New Jersey, amending the Township Code in Chapter 110 entitled Beaches and Waterfront Areas.
Oh, sorry, Councilwoman Zapsik.
Thank you, Council President. The Recreation Committee has reviewed and approved amendments to the beach and waterfront area fee ordinance to include a range for seasonal beach badges of $30 to $50 per badge, update the range for daily badges to a range of $10 to $20, establish a range for seasonal parking tags of $30 to $50, and a range for daily parking of 10 to 20 per day. The ordinance also updates operating hours at the beach, outlines the cost for senior and veterans badges, and removes any reference to the shuttle buses that no longer operate.
Thank you. Can I get a motion and second?
Motion.
Second.
Open to council. Closed council, open to public on this ordinance on second reading. Mr. Finelli.
I know. No, they were shooting a fly. I thought they were waving to me. You don't have to pay to get on the beach anyway. Right?
You're stealing my thunder.
Oh,
Oh,
sorry.
see?
Vic Finelli. I had some comments last time. I got some questions this time. I realize everybody appears to be in the holiday spirit, so I'll try not to ruin that.
Thank you.
Okay? You got flies.
There is a fly. One fly.
Okay. I'm a little bit over 65, so
Couple months.
I don't pay to get on the beach. Thank you. I get the senior discount on parkings, and that hasn't changed, so I thank you for that, and all the seniors thank you for that. All right? This thing kind of got stuck in my craw. I couldn't get it down. It took 2 weeks, and I couldn't get it down. So here's the thing. At the last meeting, we went over the ranges, and I don't recall ever doing anything with ranges before. I might have missed it, but I don't think we have. But if you look at the season badge, you gave them a range of $30 to $50, which is a 66% increase if you go to $50. If you took at the daily badges, that's 10 to 20. That's the range. That's giving them an increase of 100% if you went from 10 to 20. And if you look at the parking, it's the same thing, 30 to 50, so that's 66%, right? I also, one thing I want clarified, it says season parking permits are valid from 9:30 to 5:30. I realize that's the hours of the beach, but what does it mean it's valid? What if you're gonna go there after 5:30? It's not valid,
You
or
don't need the
it?
parking,
You don't
you don't
pay.
need the parking pass.
No one's there to collect money.
So if you don't have a season parking and you go at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, you're gonna pay. You go at 5:30 in the afternoon, you're not gonna pay.
Okay.
Doesn't, the season
I
parking
think
is
that's a
immaterial,
change
you can go
because-
whenever you want.
In the past, if you wanted to go on the beach after hours, you had to get a beach parking permit, and if you parked, let me finish, and if you parked in the beach without the permit hanging off your thing, you could get a ticket, and the special police were issuing the tickets. Yes, that's the way it used to be.
Can I explain, Mr. Finelli? Back in the day before Superstorm Sandy, in the evening, the parking lot became parking for the people who lived at, in Camp Osborne. And there was a lottery, Jenna, you guys correct me, but there was a lottery every year for those spots. So that's what you needed the parking spot, the hang tag for.
Yeah.
It had nothing to do with me
Okay.
living in midstreams and
So
driving to the beach
If
at night.
anybody goes ahead of those hours or after those hours, it's a freebie.
Correct.
You're good to go.
Okay, I'm not gonna complain about that either. But my question is, and we discussed this last meeting, if I understood the reason for giving the ranges, the comment was, that's so if in the future, if we're not the council, they can still raise the fees because they can, because we gave them permission. And my question is, aren't you taking away the power of future councils by you saying you can raise it up to 100% and you don't have to come back to us? I realize they're not gonna do it in 1 year. I realize that the minimum salary went up. I guess that affects the lifeguards and everybody else. And I'm not sure, is it gonna go up more? You know, is that part of the plan? But haven't you taken the power away from a future council by saying, we're gonna give you the opportunity to raise these fees 100% without anybody's approval, so if you have to do it in 2 or 3 years when we're not here, you can go ahead and do it. That's what's sticking here. Why would you do that? If it's easy enough to say, we gotta raise them again next year, you come in, you do it, and you do it. Why do you have to give that range and take somebody else's power away? Mayor? You're looking at me like, what'd he say?
We're giving them the.
I mean, that's kind of what, yeah, that's what we've done, you know, building department fees, engineering fees, marina fees.
Marina fees.
It's always a range. That's just the way it's done. But it doesn't take the power away, it actually gives them,
Marina is an example. I don't remember, I look at marina stuff, I'm a boat person. I don't remember ranges coming out. Maybe my memory's going.
No, they are.
yeah, they're all ranges.
Definitely in the marina.
Yeah.
But why just not leave that to future council? Why give them the range, or why give them such a big range? Why not say, okay, we'll allow you 10%, 15%, 20%? Why go all the way to doubling the fee? Why do you want to take that power away?
We didn't take
from-
the power away, though. We're giving them the power technically.
No, you're taking it away from the council. You're giving it to them to say, oh, we gotta raise it again next year, so they can just do it.
We're giving
Hey, come on, that's,
No, we're giving it
They
to
have
the
the power
council.
to do it,
Power
though.
to change it.
huh?
They have the future councils have the power to change it.
That's what I'm objecting to. This year, they want to change it, they gotta come to you, to this council, to get it changed. But in the future, they could change it up to 100% without coming back to the council. Yeah, okay, you're saying yes.
It has to go through
And my question is, why do you want to give them that power?
It still
or
has
why
to
do you
go
wanna take
through,
it away?
it still has to go through a committee.
Yeah.
It has to go through Recreation Committee, and it has to be justified for the raises of what we spend. Is that
Council.
correct, Andrea?
That's correct.
Correct.
The other thing is with the ranges, Mr. Finelli, we have a preseason rate and an after the season rate. So the badges, the season badges will be 30 before May
June
15th,
June 15th?
45 after. So it's really not 100%. It's really, yes, from the 30 to the 50.
Is that in today's paperwork? Because I don't remember reading that you have a pre and a post.
We've
We've
had that for a
always had
while.
that.
Always.
You've always had that?
Yes.
Yes,
So it's a $15 increase if you don't do it by a certain day?
correct.
I know
That
that
has a
too,
lot to
because
do
I
with
always get
the-
my beach badge early.
Get them for stocking
I
stuffers.
used to get the first parking payment, I had number one, but it doesn't matter because I don't pay. but it just, that's my thing. I
That's
think
okay.
you're taking away from somebody else. I wasn't aware that you had a pre and a post up to 45
And it still
already.
has to go through committee, though. It's not like the recreation department just says, this year we're gonna charge this much. Like, it still has to go through.
Who's on the recreation committee?
Right now, currently?
Oh,
Yeah,
okay. I didn't know that either.
yeah.
So the majority of the board is on the.
Three of us.
No,
It's
only
three
three.
in each committee, yeah. So
I saw
nothing
four.
really
Wait a
happens
minute.
without
You
decision
said
making.
three in each committee? I
Well,
just
wait,
saw
are you
four
talking about
hands
next
go up.
year?
I did too.
Why did you raise your
I
hand?
didn't raise my
I'll
hand.
sit
You
as an
guys
alternate.
raised yours.
No, it's the three, no, it's me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Four hands went
Sorry.
up, and now I
Yeah.
have how many people totally on the
Three.
committee?
Oh, three, and then you have the recreation representatives.
One?
Usually one or two, with Dan.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just Dan usually, yeah.
So your council makes up 75%
Yes.
of the?
Yeah.
Okay.
And that's always, like, even whenever future councils come.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Look at that, I'm getting enlightened.
Look at that, see?
All the minutes to go to every
things.
council person.
If I didn't get up and ask one question, Joanne would come back and say, are you okay?
Are you okay? It is hot in here, though. It is hot in here tonight.
Where are we at?
Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else for questions on this ordinance? Seeing none, close public, roll call?
Councilwoman Zepsic.
Yes.
Councilman Menachino.
Yes.
Councilwoman DeYoung.
Yes.
Councilman Momolo.
Yes.
Councilwoman Ponterero.
Yes.
Vice President Halloran.
Yes.
President Craig.
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay, we are on to public comments.
Please note that each person addressing the council during any section of the meeting during which public comment is permitted shall limit his or her remarks to 5 minutes pursuant to Brick Township Administrative Code, Section 2-33B.
Thank you. Anyone for public comment? Mr. Sluka.
That was somebody's phone.
John Sluka, 950 Sylvia Court. Before I read my letter, which I'm about to do, first, when you say president in the meeting on a vote, does that mean you're not voting? Like they do in the Senate and stuff?
Just means he makes a mistake. When he said present,
Yeah.
he just
I
didn't
said
say the
present.
right thing.
That's a non-vote, right?
No, I got confused.
He
I
was
said
thinking-
present, but then I said yes.
Oh,
Yes.
yes,
Yeah.
I didn't hear that part of it.
Thought that-
I said, boy, that's
I
confusing
had
to
a
me.
senior moment.
Yeah, well.
He's confused too,
When I-
don't worry
When
about
I
it.
become a senior, I'll let you know how I
Yeah,
feel.
let me have that. We'll be here next year.
It's also a Board of Education meeting if anybody wants to come this Thursday. And then one apology, again I did it to you. I put Andrea Crate on that's the second time. At least I didn't call you Mr. Mumbles.
Honestly, my mother-in-law's name is Andrea, so whenever
Oh.
I read it, I'm like, oh.
Oh, yeah.
I remember
Yeah, I
that
said, at
too.
least I didn't call him Mr. Mumbles.
Yeah, I
like
remember
called
that.
him that time.
I don't
Okay,
forget.
Let me read, yeah, he never forgets. Everybody else calls him now, is what you're trying to say. December 3rd. Dear Mayor Ducey, Council President Lisa Crate, and all councilmen and councilwomen, as well as all the residents and workers Brick and Ocean County. The parkway traffic harms our residents every day. Walls and foliage are needed on the Garden State Parkway in the areas surrounding Evergreen Woods condos, Greenbrier, Town Hall, Brick High School, Lanes Mill School, Birchwood, and other areas of Brick Township, and they all are needed in order to save the health and lives of all our residents. Workers and residents of Brick are developing COPD, the children have asthma, pregnant moms have autistic children, and seniors succumb to heart and lung illnesses and premature deaths. So something really does need to be done. Without knowing if the cause of autism is processed food, unrestricted vaccines, or the toxins from cars and trucks, we should just not sit back and wait until every child is born with autism. The rate of autism in 1980 was 1 in 2,000, and it's been increasing substantially almost every year. In the year 2000, there were only 1 in 150, and by 2010, the rate was 1 in 70. The latest national item says 1 in 44. In New Jersey, where we have more traffic, it's 1 in 35. The environment has to be part of this. absolutely has to be part of it. Help is needed. We should at least force the New Jersey Turnpike Authority Commissioners to see the evils they have conferred onto our residents. Walls of 14 to 20 feet and vast, high, and thick replanting of brush and trees are needed on the Garden State Parkway, adjacent to Evergreen Woods, Brick High School, Primrose Garden, Sutton Village, Lanes Mill School, Greenbrier, Town Hall, Birchwood Park, and other places in Brick and Ocean County in order to correct some of the damage, at least some of the damage, caused by the illegal actions of the New Jersey Turnpike Authority. Every day, more toxins flow into the lungs of residents and our workers also. Something needs to get done. Let us do what is needed. Thank you for your time. John Sluka, 957 Recorder and say it. I yield back a minute 20.
Thank you. Anyone else from public? Ms. Call?
Nan Call, 18 Greenbrier Boulevard. I have several things I want to bring up. One has to do with the traffic, which includes what Mr. Sluka said, but it's traffic, period. Sometimes you have to go a mile out of your way because you missed a left turn, or the left turn was from the right and you missed it, you were in the middle lane, and this business about, that I found in here when I picked it up, Chambers Bridge Road and Route 70. It has become a nightmare. It was a nightmare many years ago. And there were changes made for the missing mile. Of course, many of the changes weren't allowed by law, like telling people of the township that when they wanted to make a left turn, going north, I guess it is, on Chambers Bridge, and they wanted to turn onto 70 heading in the direction of Target or Costco. A council member at that time, which was none of you, said, go through the A&P shopping mart and come out the other side onto Cedar Bridge. That's illegal by the traffic rules of New Jersey. But sometimes you do anything in order to get to where you have to be on time. The next thing is, what happened to the hospital support zone that used to be the sign on the corner of Burrsville and Jack Martin? When was that taken away? Was it done at an official meeting, or somebody just yanked it up and took it away? And you can go back to answering it after I give the rest, because you're not going to give me the time. Unfortunately, on top of everything else that's going on with my health and well-being, last week I spent 2.5 days in the emergency department. And I know it's the emergency department and not emergency room, because when I went to visit Councilwoman Ponterero when she started her treatments, she had been taken to the hospital, and the vice president, and it had been a new president, had come in, came down and said hello to her and told us that it was now an emergency department. That was before they put the extension on. Now, it's an emergency department, and I was having a terrible problem with a bloody nose. It was coming so profusely that when I called my son and said, I think you better come and take me to the emergency, I hung up from him, and I realized, oh no, I can't wait, because he's 8.5 miles away from my home. So I hung up and called 911, and they asked me about could I get to the door and have it open, and I said yes, because I needed to get there. It was all over. I'll bring you and show you on my platform in front of my door the blood spots that are still sitting there. I went there, had to wait forever. All the business about COVID, they never asked me about vaccinations. They never tested me for COVID that I'm aware of. Of course, they may be doing things different. And what I found was a big change from my first experience of bringing my late husband there on October 6th, 2001. After that, we made many, many trips there. And it was the old days, and going to the emergency room, you waited for hours. And then they came out with separating the people who didn't have insurance and putting them to the other side, and the people who had insurance where we had always gone. And that was a good system, because the children who came in for regular attention, they had no doctors, they had no insurance. So it meant a much better situation health-wise. Now, it was unbelievable. In fact, there was a lovely, lovely woman, and when I asked her, because I inquire with people, I like to talk to people and learn different things. She told me she was Turkish, and that they call her Maggie. She got very upset because here I am with a bag load of towels, and the blood is all over them, and no doctor came for the longest time. So she was upset, and I told her, it's all right, Maggie, don't worry about it, God bless her. I know from my conversations with my primary that the emergency room is not like it was in 2001. In 2011, when I brought my husband there on a Friday and he died there on Monday morning, not in the emergency room, that was the first time in 2001 that he spent 3 days in the emergency room. But our doctor got on the phone on the third day and said, I need the man in a bed. I can't treat him like this. And so began a long friendship with the doctor. And the doctor has told me that the doctors no longer take turns handling emergency patients. They're now paid by the hospital. So no wonder you wait and wait and wait. And when I had to come back the next day, because the packing needed to be changed, I waited and waited and waited. Fortunately, I wasn't bleeding that day.
So did you have a question about the hospital support zone then? Because your time's up, so I want to make sure we answer your
Yes.
question.
How many of you use the benefit of health insurance that's provided?
We don't have to answer that question, but
Excuse me.
I'm just telling you.
You do
one
have
here
to
is-
answer it.
No one here is going to answer that question, but
We
did you
pay
have a
the
question?
freight.
But did you have a question
We
about?
pay the freight.
Did you have a question about the hospital support zone?
Yes.
Okay, so
What
what was the
happened
question?
to it? Because you can't get around this town. And to get from one side to the other now, it would have been so easy if you had connections from where the hospital roadway is into where LabCorp is, but you never did anything like that.
Okay.
And you did away with the hospital. By the way, this is public comment.
and your time is up,
And
ma'am.
it's
I'm
not
sorry.
necessarily questions, but you're always unresponsive anyway.
Thank you.
You don't do anything about what we complain.
Thank you. Have a good night. Mr. Foster.
Sam Foster, 108 Chico Drive. Good thing about getting in and out of my chair, so I'm working off the
Get your
dinner I
steps
had at
in.
Red Robin. Yeah. I have a question here about, follow up on what Ms. Call said about the traffic. I'm a delivery driver, as I've said repeatedly, and since first of all, I want to know, I spoke about this story in the Ocean County Freeholder Announced Commissioners meeting about when Brick Township had the traffic lights being worked on. Chambers Bridge Road is Brick's responsibility, am I correct? No?
No.
Is that a county
County.
road? It's county? So, and Route 70 is state, I do know that, right? So who was responsible for the changing so you can't make a left-hand turn onto Route 70? Was that state or county?
State,
or-
so
Oh,
any intersection, whoever the higher authority is, so if it's a federal highway, federal government, if
Gotcha.
it's state's the highest state, if it's county, if it's
Okay, yeah, I appreciate, yeah, I guess that makes sense, yeah. I should know that because I'm studying law. Yeah, but the thing that I have is that I've noticed that there's a big problem now, and what people have been doing is, well, I guess it's really irrelevant to this council because you can't really do anything about it unless you can lobby the state or something. I don't know if you have that authority, but had seen a big problem with when people want to see, need to make a left-hand turn on the Chambers Road. If you go on Chambers Ridge Road towards Route 70, that would be, I think that's eastbound. And you want to make a left-hand turn onto Route 70 eastbound, if that makes sense. I'm thinking about it now, but you know what I'm talking about. There's no left-hand turn allowed anymore. So what people have been doing is they go up to the next light at the entrance where that marina is. They cut through there and they cut through the parking lot, and they do it that kind of way. See, I eat out a lot. TGI Fridays, I go there a lot in Best Buy, so I see it myself, and I've almost got hit a couple of times by people that speed because they're frustrated. I can see it. It's just road rage. And is there any way that the town can go to the state and ask that something be done there, because that's a bad spot there anyway, because all the traffic around Christmas time already. Like there's a sign up now. The police have a sign: use Ovation Way if you're going turning onto if you go on Route 70 eastbound, you make a left on the Chambers Road. My directions are very bad compass-wise, but there's such a backup there. Traffic gets backed up onto Route 70 sometimes. So that's it's a dangerous situation there, and I really don't know what this. It's kind of like in Lakewood, that section of Route 9, Route 88. Really bad thing there. That's why I hate going that way to have deliveries and stuff, because there's just because there's no more room to expand laterally, and it's just the traffic is just it's just an absolute mess. And overall, I think that the no left-hander Route 70 it's helped, but it's created the additional problem of people cutting through that parking lot there. I don't know. Has the state told the Township of Brick what to tell motorists that are trying to make that need to go make a left on Route so you go on Route 70 eastbound? Because what I do, I'll admit, sometimes I cut through the parking lot like a lot of other people do, but sometimes I'll just depends on where I'm going. Like if I go to Quick Check, I like to get gas there and coffee, but so you can't really. The only really way to do it is you got to cut through the parking lot, because if you go up to Brick Boulevard, that hits Route 70 past Quick Check, which is where I'd like to get my gas a lot. And has the state made any suggestions to us, or how we're supposed to, were there any studies? Okay, we're going to eliminate the left-hand turn onto Route 70 eastbound from Chambers Bridge Road, but what is their alternative route that they suggest? Because like I said, it's really becoming a dangerous situation here, I think.
Back when they did it, the traffic pattern goes Chambers Bridge, you cross over 70, you make a left onto Brick Boulevard, and then meet up with 70 again. If you want to go on that section that you're talking about, Quick Check, you got to take the U-turn by the old food town site, the future sports dome, then come out and make a left onto Brick Boulevard again.
I mean, I'd like to drive, don't get me wrong, that's why I like being a delivery driver, but that's a little bit, sometimes I do that. I did that one time, first time when they first eliminated left-hand turn, I said, this is effing nuts. I go up, I'm going to be a good citizen, I don't want to get any tickets, I'm a driver. Go up to Brick Boulevard, make a right, go to Cedar Bridge, make a right on 70, but it's just so out of the way. It's like because like I said, I'll admit it. I do what a lot of people do. They make a left-hand turn into the Best Buy parking lot and get my coffee Quick Check, and that's what I do. No plug it. I don't own stock in Quick Check, so don't worry. But
Well, we have like 5 Wawas to choose from now, too.
I know, I love
So
Wawa
just,
coffee, I really do.
Circle
But
back around to one of those.
they got the best gas around. Wawa, 325 at the Route 88.
It's been cheap at the
One
new
of those
one,
that
yeah.
you were talking about before, about the no left turn on Route 8. It's got 325 a gallon.
Yeah.
That's what I feel like. Anyway, I'm sorry.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Have a good night.
That reminds me, next meeting is after Christmas, so I just want to wish everybody Merry Christmas. Good to see you in your shirt.
Thank you.
What is that face on your shirt, by the way,
Oh,
Council President?
it's Dwight Schrute
Dwight Cruz?
from The Office. You
I
watch
never
The
watched that
Office?
show.
Oh, that's what it is, though.
Unless it's sci-fi or the National
Oh, it's
Geographic
not.
Channel, I don't know what it is.
I assure you.
That's it. Okay, thank you.
Thanks. Anyone else from public? Sir? sir in the last row. Thank you. I thought he was gonna say it. No, we have another one.
Good evening, Mark Vasquez, 440 Lonic Court. Just a request, if can be somehow put on a live stream, 55% of Americans are probably going to cut cable next year. So people like us who don't have cable anymore, if this could be live streamed for young parents or parents who can't get here, it would be really helpful. That's all. Thank you.
Thank you. It is, but it's not live streamed. Yeah. I think the Board of Ed live streams. Yes, Mr. Finelli, sorry.
I didn't say I'd be back, but this is one quick question. The special planning board meeting that's next Monday, I think that's across the street at the
Board of
Recreation
Adjustment.
Center. A Board of Adjustment, whatever you want to call it, okay, Board of Adjustment. I've seen published 2 different start times, and when I go on the Township website, I guess because it's a special meeting, I couldn't find it there. So does anybody know what the start time is, 6 o'clock or 7 o'clock?
6.
6? Okay. Come at 5:30 if you want to see, expecting a big crowd. But that's where the recreation center is, right? Where all the vehicles are across the street? Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Merry Christmas to all.
Yeah, you too.
These smiling faces, well, I'm assuming the ones behind the mask are smiling.
Anyone else from public? Sir? Sure. You just have to state your name and town you live in?
United States. You received this from one of the lieutenants?
You have to speak into the microphone, sir, so
You
everyone
received
can.
this from one of the lieutenants,
Yes.
land of the law?
Yes,
Okay. You're a lawyer, right?
I am.
Okay. You know what it states?
Do I know what?
You know what it states, right?
It states?
Yes.
I'm not sure what you mean. Do I know what it states?
What it says.
Yeah, I've read it.
Yeah, can you read it again?
Sure, I'll
Read it
take
to
it.
the people?
I'm not gonna read it. If you wanna read it, you can. I'm not a puppet up here, but thank you.
You should read it. You're a lawyer.
I could read it, but,
Go ahead.
no.
Sir, if you're going to address, you need to go back to the lectern. So,
Yeah, here.
yeah.
Thank you.
Mayor, where's the paper that the lieutenant gave you?
It's on my desk in the back.
Can you go get it and?
He's not going to get the paper, sir.
Well, then
This is
what is
this
it?
is
What
public comment.
You
Yeah.
can,
So,
it's public comment, read it,
Land of
sir.
the law.
okay, if
Right.
you'd like to read it, you're welcome to read it.
Yeah. The general misconception is that any state statute presented by legal legislation bearing the appearance of the law constitute that the law of the land, United States Constitution, is the supreme law of the land, and any statute to be valid must be in agreement. It is impossible for a law which violates the Constitution to be valid unless it stated as follows. The law which is repugnant to the Constitution are null and valid,
Okay?
right? So, the Second Amendment is right to bear arms. You have the First Amendment, right? Freedom of press, and you have the Fifth Amendment, right? Here? Do you? Yes or no?
Sir, he
Yes.
does not have to answer your
It's the
question.
United States,
This is-
yes.
This is public
Well,
comment,
Amendments
so
apply.
You have.
if you're making a
amendments,
statement, you can, yep.
right? You have the First Amendment in the Constitution? Yes or no?
Yes.
You have the Second Amendment, right to bear arms, according to the Constitution.
Yes, I'm familiar with the
I
Constitution.
can bear
Okay.
arms every summer.
Yes.
So then, I have the right to bear arms,
Okay.
right?
Where's
That's
this going?
according to the
I'm just
Constitution, law of
cur-
the land. Wait,
Is there a
law
question?
of the land.
Sir,
Is there a
what-
question?
I don't ask the question. What is the question, though? What do you want?
I
What-
want to bear my arms.
what-
the
summertime,
Second
I wear
Amendment.
cut-
Mr.
oh, in summertime, I wear
Councilman,
cut-off shirt.
Councilman,
My arms are
Councilman.
bare.
What?
No, Councilman, I'm gonna gavel
That's
you.
not the
Stop.
same- what he's
No,
talking about.
stop.
Let him answer.
No. Not when I'm in charge. He's done. Go ahead. Did you want to say anything else?
This is something the town.
Councilman
council does
Mamalo.
not do anything. We cannot,
According to the Constitution, right here, law of the land, I have the right to bear my arms. So when I leave here, I'm gonna go bear my arm, and nobody can do nothing about it, because it's law of the land. Right here in black and white from the Constitution. I printed it. And what is it? Madison, Murphy versus Madison.
Marbury.
137, 174, 176, 1803. And the law cannot do nothing about it.
Is that the end of your statement?
You're a lawyer.
I'm an attorney. It's constitutional law, but that's the Supreme Court that declared a law unconstitutional. They could do that with additional laws.
Change the Constitution. It says right here, the paper that the lieutenant gave you, right?
Yes, but that's the Supreme Court that made a ruling on that.
The Constitution, you cannot change it. It's history. You cannot change history.
Sir?
Yep.
Did you have any?
No,
All
I'm
right.
still talking.
You have
And the other
22
people went
seconds.
the other people went over by 5 minutes.
No,
So-
they did not.
No,
I
yes,
assure
they
you
did.
they did not. And listen, we're not going to debate this. Make
not
your
debating
point.
it.
Make
I'm
your
just
point,
letting you
and when
know.
I gavel you, you're done.
I'm just letting you know, I have the law of the land behind me, and I will be bearing my arms. And you can't do nothing?
Sir, you're only here to address the council.
Well, I'm addressing everybody, just letting you know, I have the law of the land behind me. Okay?
You have,
Thank you all. And can you sign this for me?
No thanks.
no.
Okay, and how come I can never get a meeting?
Sir, your comment's over. If you want to call and make an appointment, you're welcome to do so, but that's the end of your comment session, please.
To talk about this issue, we talked about it here. This is a good spot.
Sir, you're finished.
We're here in the open.
You're finished. You can call to make an appointment, sir. Anyone else from public? Public comments closed. Sir? Sir, you need to leave, please. A lot of gaveling. We're on to council comments, excuse me. Ms. Bergen.
I have nothing, thank you.
Mayor?
Thank you. Yes, hopefully everybody had a great Thanksgiving weekend with family and, get to enjoy some time off. Hopefully you got that opportunity. We also, since the last council meeting, we had a menorah lighting ceremony here at Town Hall that was pretty well attended. Was right here, started off here in the courtroom and then moved outside to do the menorah. So happy Hanukkah. We said that already to everybody. I know it's over at this point. But it was a great recreational event. Then followed by the tree lighting that happened. Thank you for the Recreation Department working so hard on that as well and putting together a nice event. We had a visit from Santa Claus. He came from the North Pole again. We also had a train ride. Our Voices of Fire from the high school. The choir was out there singing Christmas songs. They actually sang a Christmas song that had 35 Christmas songs all in one. Although we all count it wrong. 23? I think it was 33.
35 was way more impressive, though.
So in between, we also I had a meeting with the Women's Club of Brick, a strategic planning meeting of a small group of the Women's Club of Brick that they're looking forward to getting more involved with the town. They're also looking for more members. So if anybody's interested in joining the Women's Club of Brick, please check out their website, and there's contact information on there. The Mayor's Student Advisory Council had a wrapping party today for the police Toys for Tots drive. They were over there, a couple of officers and a few students, and they'll be there again tomorrow wrapping all the presents. There's a lot of presents. Thank you to all the public for donating to our police department for that drive, and now they all have to be wrapped. So luckily some of the students are over there tonight and tomorrow night as well. Pretty cool event that doesn't get much notoriety or attendance, but it's pretty good. It's Saturday morning at 9 o'clock a.m. It's at the Gravely Graveyard, which is off of Princeton Avenue. You go towards Windward Beach, but you make a right-hand turn. You know what street it is? Yeah, I think it's Fairmont. Fairview. Make a right-hand turn if you're going towards Windward on Fairview. You go up the hill, and you're in a neighborhood, but off to the left is a graveyard with a lot of names that you'll recognize from Brick, Osborne, and different names. And what we do is anybody who served in the military, we lay wreaths on their graves. So it's Wreaths Across America, Saturday, 9 a.m. at the Gravely Graveyard. And it's a nice event. I bring my son Jack every year, get to read about a different soldier, and then lay a wreath on their grave. December 20th coming up is our senior holiday game show. Please register with Senior Services. Should be a fun event. It is at noon on Monday, December 20th. And just wish everybody a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Keneally.
Merry Christmas, that's all.
Thank you.
Nothing, thank you.
Jen? Thank you. Councilwoman Zapsik.
Thank you, Council President. I'd like to congratulate again the Brick United 12U football team. It really is a pleasure to see the two sides of town come together and unite the two, what had been two independent youth football programs into one, and the fact that then they won a championship in their first season is truly impressive. So congratulations again to the young men and to their coaches. Also like to congratulate Massimo and Domenico Gionee on their Eagle Scout project. And I just want to say that, I really enjoyed this time of year driving around and seeing all the houses that are lit up. A lot of folks really go all out, do an incredible job. There's one on my street that just kind of blows me away. But if you're looking for something really special and spectacular, if you like the light shows that are timed to the music, I'd encourage you to visit 843 Downey Avenue, more on this side of town. It's off of Hooper Avenue. And there might be an appearance by Santa himself nightly. So definitely worth the trip. And Merry Christmas to those who celebrate, and I'll hold my Happy New Year's till the next meeting. Thank you.
Thank you. Councilman Menachino.
Thank you. I also want to congratulate the Eagle Scouts and the football team. This week there was a thing at some of the elementary schools, so I want to give special thanks to the students at Warren H. Wolf, Drum Point Elementary, Osborne Elementary, Lake Riviera Middle School. They did a great job. There was an innovative art program for recycling. So the project was held annually in November to commemorate American Recycling Day. The students created American flags using recycled materials. The flags are displayed throughout the schools, and the photos of these artworks can be found on the Township Facebook. They really did a nice job. I checked out the Facebook page. They really did a nice job. So if you can, check it out. And Merry Christmas.
Thank you. Councilwoman Dion.
Yes, thank you. Since we were talking about beach badges this year, Recreation is open to be selling beach badges. So if you want to stick your beach badge or your parking pass in your stockings this year, you can go to Brick Recreation over at Civic Plaza. And happy holidays and Merry Christmas.
Thanks. Councilman Mumolo.
Yes, congratulations to Eagle Scouts and the football team, and Merry Christmas, everyone. And to all, a good night.
Councilwoman Ponferrero.
Not good night yet, Mama Law. I just wanted to take a minute to let the public know how proud we are as council of our Brick EMTs. This year, this past month in November, in Atlantic City, they have a huge conference annually to recognize certain community leaders and those who have done extraordinarily well. I'm proud to tell you that the Brick Police EMS was nominated for the Community Service Award this year. Stacy Spidell was nominated for EMT of the Year. Joe Sharkey and Brian Schwartz were nominated for Outstanding Call by a Team. And we have one of our part-time EMTs, Armando Tamargo, who actually won 3rd place in the state's EMS simulation competition with the JFK Basic Life Support Team. So thank you to all of the hard work and service of our EMTs year-round. I think the fact that they were nominated and won these awards show how special our BRIC EMS and EMTs really are, and we thank them for their service all year. I hope everyone has a very blessed Christmas or a happy holiday, whatever you celebrate, and I look forward to seeing you at the next meeting. Thank you.
Thank you. Council Vice President Heller.
Thank you. I also want to congratulate Massimo and Domenico Gionee for their award, their Eagle Scout Award achievement, and also the team Brick United football team on their accomplishments. That's wonderful. Happy and healthy holiday, Merry Christmas, but we all want to meet with and gather with our friends and family, but please, safety first. Make sure you're safe when you're in large groups. So have a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Thank you. Happy holidays to everyone. Our next scheduled meeting will be held on Tuesday, December 28th at 7 p.m. Can I get a motion and second to adjourn?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
This meeting is adjourned.